Hey everybody, welcome back to Better Call Kino! That's right, it's the Better Call Saul spin-off show. We talk all things Saul, and boy howdy, do we have a blemish on the face of Breaking Bad today. We don't know why this was made, we don't know who this is for, but we're here to watch and review it for you, since clearly nobody else would waste their time. I am Simian Jimmy, joined by the usual Better Call Kino cast. That's right, we've got Hartsy Protsy.
Yeah, that's me.
We've got Florian Himsel.
Yes, I watched the show and I didn't like it.
Wow, that's if even Florian didn't like something, you know it's gotta be really good. And we have E. Rich McCoy.
And here I am. I watched this whole fucking show yesterday.
Now, you guys say whole fucking show, but just to be clear, this is 6 episodes. Each one is 8 minutes long, so really, in total, it's shorter than any episode of Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul. Not that much of a time commitment, but did you guys think it felt longer than it really was?
No, it was the best 6 episodes of my life. I love this show, and I think that it's the best thing in the Breaking Bad universe.
Yeah, I'd say it's up there with Ozymandias, maybe. The only thing maybe worse would be the Fly episode, in my personal opinion. That's my unique opinion that nobody else has ever had before.
Yep, it feels like each episode is a whole lifetime, isn't it? What a very special show.
These episodes are, 9 minutes long?
8 or 9 minutes.
Yeah.
They feel about 20 minutes long.
Well, here's my question, and this was written by 2 women, so that's why it's so funny. By the way. But my question is, when you're pitching in the writer's room, hey, let's make, an animated short series about the adventures of young James McGill, when he's a kid hanging out with Marco doing scams and stuff. At what point do you decide to make the plots about doing an exorcism on a nun and opening a portal to hell and like all these crazy supernatural cartoon antics? Like, it does not fit into this universe even remotely. The characters don't really feel like anybody we know from Better Call Saul. Why does this exist? Can anybody answer that question?
They're all movie parodies.
Oh no, is that the... Oh no.
Yeah, that's the point.
Well,
is that a point?
No, that is not a point, because you can't have movie parodies anymore. Like, everything is a parody of something. Like, if you're doing movie parodies, like, what is it even for? Like, every movie has been parodied a million times, so what are you even parodying at this point?
The most base connection you can make is that Kim and Jimmy love watching old movies together. So, like... Are we supposed to interpret the events of this cartoon as canon, but it's like through the imagination lens of young James McGill based on the movies he enjoyed? Like,
I think that's the best way you could see this.
So this show is canon then?
Well, what about it is canon? There's like nothing that actually happens.
Yeah, nothing even happens.
I sure hope it's canon. It'd be a shame if the best piece of media in the series came out and it's not even canon.
Yeah, Oh man, let's try to describe for the audience what these 6 plots were. And I feel like they started off maybe with the weakest one, like the snowball fight Western gunslinger parody was just so boring. And like they try to have a few clever lines and stuff, but it's nowhere near the writing level of the original shows.
I think they start with the worst one, and like that's both a blessing and a curse because almost everything else is better than that. However, if you're starting out with that low fucking floor, then you'll have a lot of people tuning out immediately.
The worst is definitely the nun episode. I think that's the worst of the 6.
I agree, but what's even worse is that the trailer of the show is just like the first minute of the show, and it's probably like the worst thing. Like, wow, it would be such a surprise if anyone actually watched this, if they saw the trailer. Oh, well, I guess.
Well, I do believe this is universally panned. I don't know, other than Hartsy, if anybody on Earth would say this was a good show. I've seen nothing but hatred, which...
I liked one episode, exactly.
Yeah. Can I say real quick, I don't hate this as much as it sounds like you guys do. I think it's palatable. It's just not funny. And I wish it didn't exist, but I was not like upset watching it.
Well, I think the problem is that you just watched that stupid Ren and Stimpy stuff that Toot showed you.
Yeah, this was literally more watchable than Adult Cartoon Party.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Wait, no, I guess they're about on par.
No, I disagree. I think this had a little more going for it. Erich, let's see if we both liked the same episode, because my favorite episode was the silent film.
That's the one that I liked as well. Yeah.
And is it a coincidence that's the only episode that features Chuck? I mean, we're both big Chuck heads over here.
Mm-hmm. I keep forgetting the huge age gap between Chuck and Jimmy. Like, he looks like he's old enough to be his father.
He literally could be.
I think that episode was very interesting just because, like, they did interesting things with the framing of the animation.
Yeah, so the plot of that is Chuck's record player isn't working, so Jimmy...
His radio.
Yeah, so Jimmy buys him a record player at a pawn shop and then has to navigate his way home, and a bunch of Charlie Chaplin-esque hijinks ensue. But I like that one because I could see it as being somewhat canon to these characters, because Jimmy has shown he will go above and beyond to take care of his brother. At least in season 1 of the show, that was true. And that Jimmy, he skirts by breaking the law, but he's doing it for a good reason. And I think it fit the tone of Jimmy a lot better than any other episode.
And he almost crushed a baby to death. Yeah.
As small as it was, and as like it's totally silent as well, so like there's no dialogue really between the characters. You could actually get a sense for the relationship between the two characters, even though a lot of it was just him going out to the record store and him going out and trying to escape this cop or whatever. But like, yeah, you could see that he was doing this for his brother. And yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, what does it say about the quality of the dialogue that the best episode is the one where they're not talking?
I mean, it's a shame because these actors do such an incredible job of portraying these characters. Like, I'm really in it when I'm watching it.
Well, I think you might be a tad sarcastic, but I actually did like the voice actor for young Jimmy. It sounds like they actually got a real man when they usually would get like Tara Strong, That was a dude voicing Jimmy, right?
Yeah, I think it'd be really funny if they just got Bob Odenkirk to voice young Jimmy. That'd be really funny.
That would have been actually Kino.
And he just does like a squeaky voice or something?
No, just his normal voice. That would have actually made this way better, like unironically.
And then he just like quotes the law as if he was already a fully grown lawyer, and then he
No, same script. I just want it to be his voice instead.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be worse. Okay, so I have to admit that this was so hard for me to watch that I decided to skip through like half of it.
Wow.
So you guys... Yeah, we finally...
Couldn't even last 40 minutes. This is a guy who will watch the extended version of the Hobbit trilogy, and he couldn't watch this for 40 minutes.
Yep.
Okay.
So there's only one way to determine if this is like if this has a single redeeming quality, and this is if Chuck ever did the trick from Better Call Saul where he diffuses the soda pop from exploding onto him.
That wasn't Chuck's thing.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Chuck taught it to Howard.
Okay, he taught it to Howard. Okay, I see.
Yeah, so if that didn't make it into this show, then this show is a complete waste of everyone's time. I may have missed it. I don't think it was in there. Was it in there?
It was not in there.
No, you asked me if it was, and I told you it was, so you would keep watching.
You liar! That's why I wasn't sure. Wow. Well, I'm glad I didn't miss anything by skipping ahead. And I only skip whenever I can tell that something is really stupid and gonna take forever, so I just press 5 seconds forwards. I cut it in half, but I think I still got the gist,
Can anybody explain to me this show's obsession with squirrels? Because every episode, there's a bunch of squirrels.
He's got fucking body armor made of squirrels at one point.
Yeah.
Squirrels distract a bus driver or something. It's weird.
And I believe this was produced by Starburn Industries, who made Community, and I think they do Rick and Morty, and Rick and Morty seems to be obsessed with squirrels too, so maybe that was an inside joke.
There must be somebody on their staff who loves squirrels.
Some weird fetish.
Wow.
It foreshadows that in the future, Gene becomes a squirrel tamer after he after he survives the events.
Oh, it's not foreshadowing that Jimmy is completely nuts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for not laughing at that. I would have actually been more ashamed if somebody pretended that was funny. Hartsy, I mean, what do you want to say about this since you loved it so much?
Oh my god, what is there to say that hasn't already been said before? It's so good. The animation, top notch.
Should I just mute Hartsy?
Please.
Yeah, probably best.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, you're gonna give us your honest review.
Yeah,
now?
Hartsy, which one was actually your favorite episode?
It would also be the silent film. That would also be.
I'm guessing
my favorite.
Florian skipped that episode completely.
No, I probably watched the most of that one, I guess, but like, I don't think any of them deserve to be a favorite episode, so I don't know.
There's
the episode
one
about the bus made me really mad because it made no sense. How big is that bus? How many seats are there that we're traveling through? It's so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, they really tie in all this cartoon logic into a world that should not have it. But I guess if we're doing the interpretation that it's all in Jimmy's head, then, maybe this is true art and we just can't appreciate it.
Yeah, which
Also just how cartoons work, like where they play with space and.
Like it doesn't. Like there's a lot to cartoons and how they work, and it doesn't exist here, and it doesn't make sense here because, like, if Jimmy had like this great like imagination, then it doesn't fit with the Better Call Saul character. It doesn't make any sense for us to explore his imagination in such a way. We don't learn anything, and like there's no entertainment value. So I'm just so annoyed that they went with this concept in any way. It's such a tragedy because it gives cartoons a bad name. I don't know. There's so many good cartoons on Netflix, especially. Like, have you seen the one that's called Green Eggs and Ham? You would think, oh, that would be completely unnecessary to make a cartoon series about Dr. Seuss book, Green Eggs and Ham. But when you watch it, it's actually a wealth of character development, and it's great. And
does that cartoon feature a character called Chinaman Who Eats with Stick? Because if so, I will watch it.
I don't think so, no.
Oh, well, they're not staying true to the source material then. It's unwatchable, woke trash.
Isn't that another movie, another book he wrote?
Maybe. Maybe that was Let's Go to the Zoo and Look at All the Chinese People or something like that. I think that's what it was called. But let's fix the show. Us four, we're diehard Better Call Saul Breaking Bad fans, so much so that we literally podcast about each episode. If Vince Gilligan and Peter Gould came up to us and said, hey, these two chicks, they're not funny. Can you guys please give us 6 episodes worth of material? Could we come up with less cartoony, more realistic 8-minute stories for young Jimmy and young Marco, these little adventures? I think it would not be that hard to just come up with little scams that they would do, like in the cafeteria, on the playground, kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would completely disregard that prompt, and I would instead do Lil Lalo.
Oh my god, yeah, you are right.
Lalo as a little kid bullying other kids.
Or maybe do it like a Baby Muppets thing, where it's all the characters we know, and they're all babies. Like, they're all toddlers.
That also sounds great. Holy shit.
Yeah, why not? Why not just literally do the same thing as Better Call Saul, but all of them are like 4 or 5 years old on the playground, but they're having like, instead of like the drug cartel, it would just be candy. You can just make it the kid version. That would be so funny.
Silly bands, shit like that.
Fuck, like an old man baby who's in a wheelchair. That'd be good.
Jimmy is like standing up for people who are getting in trouble.
Yeah, he's like arguing with the principal as his classmate's lawyer. That would be so much better than this shit.
I do think there is a way that the show could have been at least watchable.
Yeah, we just explained it.
Yeah. But I mean, I think they could have. I think exploring Jimmy's childhood could have been cool, but whatever. They didn't.
I mean,
yeah, and what's the name of the fat character? I keep forgetting.
Marco.
Yeah, he's literally like the worst thing about Breaking Bad.
Olo.
What?
He's literally the Biggs to my Jimmy.
Yeah, I guess so, but
everybody needs
a heart attack in the alley.
I think every little white kid needs an overweight Hispanic sidekick, and that's what Marco is for Jimmy.
Polo.
Well, he definitely ruins this show, I think.
Ruins it?
Yeah, he's definitely like...
I think the show was ruined when they started writing it.
Well, they couldn't have written it without him. Like, they would have had to make it about literally anything that's interesting. But, like, wow, really? Just the adventures of these two that don't make any sense?
So you don't like the episode when they're going to go to the comic book shop and they get kidnapped by a pirate driving a pizza car?
I kind of like that one.
I hate it so much.
Was that the voice of Mr. Krabs?
It sounded kind of like him, but...
Yeah.
Jeez.
The whole time I was watching, I just kept thinking that this character tragically dies of a heart attack in the alley. That's the entire time I thought that.
He even has the same dialogue in the comic book episode. Marco says, "This is like the best day of my life," and that's what he says right before he literally dies in the show, which I thought was a pretty dark callback.
Yeah.
Wait, how'd he die?
He had a heart attack in the alleyway. Yeah. And then in episode 9 and then episode 10, he goes to his funeral, I believe.
It was 6
the ring that Saul
I'm talking about Better Call Saul.
Oh, right. Wait,
the ring that Saul always wears is Marco's ring, and he got it from him before he died.
Was Giancarlo Esposito in this? Was he the...
Was he the voice of the principal?
Principal, that's... Yeah.
Was he?
I think he was.
I don't believe so.
I thought I recognized the voice, but I don't think it was Gus. Because he can only play one character. That dude does not have any range. They should have had more cameos. Why was there not like a young Walter White running around? The show doesn't make sense anyway. Just do it.
Yeah.
I just want Mike, I guess. Lots of Mike.
Mike would have already been 40 by then.
That's fine.
He was already an old man anyways. Even at 40. Still already fully bald and all the scars he gets later.
They should have had him, but it's literally just that actor.
Yep.
In the animated show.
Yeah, it's like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, like they throw the human actor into the cartoon.
Exactly.
Do we have any other thoughts? Like, this might be the shortest episode we ever do, because we're not even 20 minutes in, and it's like, this show is such a nothing burger. Like, how many different ways can you say that something was boring and bad?
I mean, I feel like it is, like uniquely bad, but I'm afraid that I am skipping out on giving, like, the best performance on trashing on it, because I had to skip forward because it was just that bad.
Well, I mean, realistically, that is the worst thing any piece of media can hear, is that even Florian Himsel could not stand to watch it.
Exactly. One of my biggest complaints is just the fact the show looks ugly. It's an ugly looking show.
Yeah, not the best animation. I think.
Is it Flash animation?
Probably.
I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. All I know is I've seen, like, YouTubers with 1,000 subs that have better animation than this fucking AMC Plus exclusive show.
Yeah. I'm wondering, like, why was this made? I wonder if the answer to that is because AMC Plus needs content, and if they can say, oh, we made a show for kids, they now have, like, a kids section.
Which, this is not for kids, right? This had a few naughty words in it. I don't know if this even has an audience.
Humor seems to be really aimed at, like, little children. I don't see anyone else thinking that anything in the show is funny.
Yeah, but then they're like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna damn you to hell," and they're like fighting demons and sending them through a portal. It's like, I don't know if little kids should be watching that. I mean, they should be, but I don't know if it's meant for them.
I had a dream the other night where the next Better Call Saul episode just featured a bunch of callbacks to, hey, Kim, when I was a kid, there's a time in my life where everything was black and white and everything was silent.
Yeah, that'd be good if Jimmy confirmed all of this is actually being canon, like point for point, real. Yeah,
do you guys think that he's gonna reference this in the next half season?
They would have to, otherwise, I mean, what terrible writing.
Well, I'm probably thinking that this is probably like hated by everyone, especially the people who make Better Call Saul. So I think they just like tried to scam AMC by selling them the rights to this, but they didn't have the rights to use anything interesting. So they must have sabotaged them in some way to make it this bad. So they're probably not gonna reference it unless they're gonna reference that it's stupid. I guess that could happen.
I'm trying to remember even what the episodes were. So help me get through this. Episode 1 is the snowball fight episode. Episode 2 is the exorcism.
Yeah.
What was number 3? Was that the comic book one?
Yeah, 3 was a comic book one.
I think was number 4 the silent one, or was that number 5?
Yeah, 4 was the silent one.
So
5 was camp.
Wait. Or no, 6 was camp.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So what was 5? That's what I'm missing.
The bus one.
Yeah.
God, it's all so bad.
What happened on the bus one? I might have zoned out.
Well, he was trying to hit on the hot girl, but he had to...
Oh, the school bus! That's right.
Yeah, the school bus.
Yeah, and he's like climbing on the side of the bus with gum. There's a lot of gum in the show too, like disgusting.
And like
so much gum.
They're getting gum out from under the desk to chew on it to make a crucifix. Lots of disgusting gum use and squirrels. Something weird's going on with that Ariel bitch, whoever wrote this shit. She also wrote the worst episode of season 6. She needs to find some new work.
Which episode?
We talked about it. It was like the one that we all agreed was the most boring, but I don't remember specifically which one.
Wow. Come on, we gotta remember which one it was.
It's like, I think it was the one right after the one that Kim directed. I don't know. It sucked. Anyway.
605?
It might have been. Was that the most boring episode when nothing happened?
I believe because it's right before all the crazy scam, this mediator scam started happening.
Yeah.
So anyways, I watched the first 2 episodes without skipping ahead. So I can tell you that the worst thing about this show is that the demons possess the little kids, and then they talk about Bitcoin. The demons are trying to...
See, I thought you would like that. Because a possessed child, demons are controlling his mind, and he says that crypto is the currency of the future. I thought you'd be like, oh, yes, finally, the demons. Oh, crypto is evil. My name's Florian.
When is this show supposed to take place?
Well, it must be like 40 years ago, right?
It's the 70s. So
70s?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's physically impossible. It doesn't make sense for the characters. It breaks the fourth wall. It doesn't make sense for demons to possess little kids because little kids don't have any money to invest in Bitcoin.
Oh, that's something that's very out of this world.
It's just a dumb joke that it's like nonsense words that this kid wouldn't understand. Nobody in this time would understand. The demon is just fucking around.
Yeah, they even have a reference to your mother sucks cocks in hell. Mm-hmm. They said like your mother sells socks or something. Did you like that part, Florian? Isn't that from The Exorcist? Or is that from... Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just the fact that they felt it was a good idea to insert Bitcoin into this episode, into this time period, localized specifically in this school for kids.
Are you making a steamed hams reference right now?
Yeah, I felt it was a good use of steamed hams. Okay, but this use of Bitcoin is single-handedly so bad that they should have been able to make a literal million of jokes that would make more sense and would be more funny than that, and that's it's a microcosm of why this show is just so incredibly bad. It's like they didn't even try on even the most surface level.
Well, let me pose this question to the panel: would you enjoy the show even a little bit more? Would you give it more credit if it was not called Slippin Jimmy? If it was just, they just named it something else and they didn't pretend it was connected to Better Call Saul, would you like it better as its own property?
Yes.
No.
That's actually a thought I had while watching it. Like, if this was not connected to Better Call Saul, it would be at least a little bit more decent.
Yeah, I think it would up it to a 3 out of 10, but currently it's stuck at a 2.
Well, it shouldn't. It shouldn't.
Personally, I don't think it would, just because I wouldn't watch it then.
Well, yeah. That's how they tricked us into watching it.
I mean, you guys can't have such a low opinion of cartoons. You can't think that cartoons are literally.
We're not
this
talking
bad.
about cartoons as a whole. We're talking about this one shitty cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're saying it would have been alright for a cartoon if it wasn't also ruining Breaking Bad. But no, this is bad on every level. It's bad for a cartoon. It's bad for everything.
No, I think the silent episode was pretty cute. Like, I thought the ending was heartwarming.
Yeah.
It gave me like half of an emotion.
You only had that emotion because you like Chuck in some way.
Yeah, but the idea of somebody going on a haphazard, dangerous adventure, all out of the love for their, family member, like they want to get them a gift, and a lot of hazards come in the way. I like that kind of, short little fun story. I think it works.
If they released that episode and that episode alone, it would be cool.
But the execution was still like incredibly bad. The animation.
No, it's not.
Really?
Yeah, no, I don't think it was incredibly bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's a few funny sight gags that they do, like when he drops the big heavy record player into the baby cradle.
Stroller.
You think that you crush the baby, but the baby's actually in a shopping cart behind it. I thought that was pretty clever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely would have crushed the baby if the woman hadn't incidentally moved the baby. So yeah, that was good, I guess. So like an actual murder could have happened here.
Since I'm a zoomer, I did not get a lot of the movie references. There's about 3 episodes where I had no idea what classic film they're referencing, and I still don't.
Are they doing direct movies, or is it more of just genre parody?
No, it's direct. Fistful of Snowballs is Fistful of Dollars.
Okay.
The Exorcist is The Exorcist. After Bedtime is After Hours. City Flights.
What is After
Flights.
Hours?
After Hours is a Martin Scorsese movie about a bunch of people who go out at night and they're like looking for either I don't know what they're looking for. I don't fucking know. Speed
A
Date
comic
is
book?
After Speed. No, not a comic book. And then Cool Hand Jimmy is Cool Hand Luke.
Wait, the school bus episode is supposed to be the Keanu Reeves movie Speed?
Yeah, because it's all on a bus.
The bus stops all the time.
And they kick people off, but I think everybody stays like you stick with the people on the bus.
I thought the movie was if the bus slows down, they blow up. What a shitty parody.
Well, I mean, there's no bomb. It's just, it is a shitty parody. It is incredibly bad, but like, if you've seen the other movies, I'm sure they're equally bad. Like the Fistful of Dollars doesn't make any sense for it to be like a snowball fight, and also like they all.
Well, that is the famous movie where, like, even Back to the Future 3 had like they copy Clint Eastwood having the armor under his shirt for the final battle. I guess that was the parody with the squirrels.
Oh my god!
But it's not good.
I forgot he had the armor in that. I guess that's pretty cool. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely the worst execution of him having armor. It's just like so nonsensical. And it doesn't even, like, why? For kids, and then we have, like, classic movies that they've definitely not seen.
Children love parodies of films from the 1970s.
But it's 1970s movies, so it's like movies Jimmy might have seen, or... Yeah.
So I guess that must have been it then. I guess they had the license to make these episodes, but only if they make it a movie parody. That's how they sabotaged them, because otherwise they would have made it slightly less insane and stupid. Yep, that was it. They were like, we'll pay you 100,000 for these licenses. Like, yes, but only if you make the movie parodies. That's the only way you're gonna get this low price, okay?
Hartsy, when does Better Call Saul come back? Do you have the date?
July 11th.
Okay, so about
a month away.
About a month from when we're recording this. I'll probably release this in about two weeks so that it's, getting people nice and warmed up for the good show to come back. But honestly, does anybody have any final thoughts on this? Because I cannot justify going any longer on this fucking horseshit.
I loved it, and I can't wait for season 2.
Oh, you think they're gonna make 6 more of these sometime soon?
Yeah.
Oh, I hope so.
12.
It's critically acclaimed. Of course, we'll make a season 2.
Florian will be watching them on repeat.
I imagine. So I guess I'm gonna take this opportunity to tell everyone about a show. No, about a show about a little kid that has like crazy fantastical adventures, and it's
Young
called.
children.
It's called What?
Piece.
One Piece.
No, they're imaginary, okay? It's called.
Oh yeah,
Tig
unlike
and
One
Seek.
Piece, it's imaginary.
Yeah, right. So check that one out. It's a kids show with kids like jokes for 8-year-olds, but it's written incredibly funny. Okay, it's really good. Check it out. It's called Tig and Seek with an N instead of an and.
Nig and Zeke? That sounds like I shouldn't say that out loud.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that what you said? With an
Maybe.
N?
No,
What's it called?
Florian saying the N-word?
Is that what he
called-
said?
it's called Tig.
Tig. Okay, I heard something else.
Yeah, sure you did.
I was like, Nig and Zeke, that sounds fucked up. I don't know what kind of cartoons they're making in Austria, but
Yeah.
you just call them that
well.
over there?
What?
Erich, let me ask you, do you think anybody on Earth will ever watch the show more than once?
No, this thing is gonna like be forgotten in about 2 weeks. Like we are in the exact zone of talking about this show, and after you post this episode, no one will think about it ever again.
Yeah, honestly, if this got less than 500 views, I wouldn't even get mad. Like, I'm fine with people not even wanting to acknowledge that this exists.
Mm-hmm. You've actually
this-
done a service to those people.
I mean, this show is like world class bad. So if there's any like review channel that reviews just the worst shit ever, then I would expect that this to land on there.
Yeah, it's called Himsel Games. They just reviewed The Northman.
Yep, the worst movie of all time.
A gaming channel reviewing movies?
Wow.
That seems kind of insane. Okay?
Yeah, who would ever do that?
Yeah, who would decide to make that choice?
Who
Yeah.
would start a Let's Play channel and then just start fucking posting movie reviews all day? I'd be pissed.
Yeah, already lost subscriber. Yeah.
Oh no. You posted
too much
cringe. Posted
what
cringe and lost subscriber. Are we done?
Sure.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, go check out Slippin Jimmy on AMC Plus. Give him your money.
Wow.
Make sure you watch every episode. You're gonna love it. For Better Call Kino, I've been Simian Jimmy.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.